Hi, I'm Ricky.
And I'm Monica. We have 8 children.
And we believe in family.
Hey friends, I would like you to meet my son. Can you say hi?
I want my son.
Can you say hi to the camera? Say hi.
Hi.
This is my oldest son, all the way come to us from Ukraine. We brought him home 3.5 years ago. Can you tell them your name?
My name?
Can you look at the camera and tell them your name?
My name is Judah.
This is Judah. Judah George Sotolongo. Even his middle name actually comes from our family because my father's name is George and my brother's name is George. And so I wanted to do a quick update to 1, introduce you guys to my son, and 2, to show you some of his progress over the last 3.5 years. Judah, can you start writing? You can do your first name first and then your last name. Okay?
Okay.
So as my son writes, I wanted to share with you guys a little bit about what he has learned over the last 3.5 years. So as many of you guys know, and over some of the videos that we've shared, adoption is a process. And for some things we've seen miracles, and for some things miracles have looked like time. And so with our son, we brought him home when he was 14 years old, and he just turned 18 actually in March. And one of the first things that we wanted to address was writing, because he had learned a little bit where he lived in Ukraine, thanks to Maya's Hope, which is awesome, an awesome organization that actually went over to Ukraine, specifically to Kalinovka, where my son lived, and really just brought the level of life up to a whole new standard. And so where kids like my son weren't learning how to write, how to interact, Maya's Hope went and they built a home specifically where my oldest son actually lived. And so he was introduced to writing, he was introduced to interacting with his peers, having kind of more of a family setting for a home while he was there. But it was minimal. We'll put it that way. It was minimal. And so when we got home, one of the first things we addressed was his writing. He was writing lines on paper. If I asked Judah to hold a pencil, he would hold the pencil, he would write a line, but that was pretty much the extent of what he could do. And so I took it upon my persevering mama self to teach him. And I thought, okay, we're gonna start with the letters because I have young children. At the time I had one that was near kindergarten and another one that was behind her. And so this was something very regular for our family. And so he would sit down with them and he would practice. We'd go from a line to a different shape, and finally we were able to get to letters, which was pretty exciting. I remember when he started doing that. And every time that we sat down to do school, it was a struggle. Sometimes it was just out of not wanting to, not a desire. After 14 years of not necessarily picking up a pencil, it's not going to be your favorite thing off the bat. And sometimes it was just because what he was doing was really hard. It was hard to focus. It was hard to, sit and do something for a longer period of time. And it took perseverance and it took dedication on his part. But I remember when he got his first letter done, how proud and excited we were, and we celebrated. We definitely celebrated. It was a milestone for him. So from that letter came more letters. From more letters came his name. And I remember the first time that I saw him sign his name to a birthday card. And it was really cool. Really cool. Again, a milestone where we just really celebrate life, because everything that my kids are learning to do, they probably should have learned it a little bit earlier than they did, but that's okay because we're taking steps and we're watching miracles over time. And so the first time he wrote his name on a birthday card, I believe it was his grandfather's. It was a big day. So after that, we went from his name to expanded letters to other words. We introduced more complex shapes. And now it's to the point where my son can literally take any shape, any letter, any word, anything that you put on a piece of paper, he can mimic it perfectly, write it out line after line after line after line. So now it leaves me with the dilemma of figuring out where to go from here. But I wanted to just give you guys an update on my son. He He's almost done writing his first name out right now. But yeah, adoption is beautiful. It's really beautiful. And I just love getting to see the progress for my son every day, step by step. He keeps learning how to persevere. He keeps learning how to focus, and he's doing it. So I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this video. See you soon. Say bye, Judah.
Bye.